I'm Sttowe here, and what is going on with the Fabled Saga Kickstarter? Well, it is a weird time to be talking about this because most people are kind of in limbo, including me, as the projected time for the Kickstarter to release still hasn't happened. And now, what was once a Q1 release is now turning into a Q3 release. But with that said, there are some updates that I will be going over. I'll be talking about the Kickstarter with the base set, arc notes. I will also be going over Sandy Shores, some of the released art, and just some things that, you know, I haven't posted in a while of this TCG, so I figured I'd try to catch up with some of the things. Obviously, I'm not going to cover everything because my mind is all over the place, and I'm also going to be showing you guys what I have picked up recently in my collection. First things first, in order to ease everyone's mind, I figured I'd go over all my pickups that recently happened. Recently. Not really. These actually have been a lot of pickups that I've been doing over the past couple of months. Was contemplating putting it in a quarterly pickup video, but I figured why not just also include it in like a updated Fabled Sagas video, right? So the first pickup I got was actually from a seller named Sttowe. I hope I pronounced that right. Probably not. But I was able to snag this lovely illustration card with the signature from the artist. I'm not even gonna bother. The art is absolutely gorgeous, and Sttowe had one for sale, so I had to buy one. Was able to snag this for $60, and then he also had some Festival of Fasambre packs I was able to snag for $60 as well. So for both, cost me about $120. These packs probably were about like 15 each to equal 60. Really, really cool. Thank you so much, Sttowe. Love that shit. I think as far as the signed card, I don't know the population count. I know it was kind of limited, but I don't know to what degree. From my understanding, I had reached out to the artist, and they had said that they had done like maybe 20, 30 cards for 36 or whatever. So there might only be a population of 20 or 30 of these, but who knows? That's what they thought. So, I mean, obviously the artist signed it, so you know, hopefully the artist kind of had a better clue. So we'll go with 20, 30 population. I don't know. The next pickup we got a graded card and then 4 more of the older back versions. Who else would it be? It had to be Indigo. My gorgeous, gorgeous Indigo got 4 of the Patreon cards. We got the regular blue, the regular pink, Prism, which is my favorite, and then a blue and gold signature. These were about $10 each, I'm guessing, because I bought this in a lot with the graded card. The graded card is a Beckett BGS 9.5 Scorching Serenade. I can't say names. And this is a parable from the, I think, was it the sample set of, I think when they first did like a sample set of what the cards would be like in the base set. This was one of them. Originally, for some reason, I kind of thought I bought a prelude, but there would be no way I would be able to get a prelude for the amount of money I spent on this. Basically, how I kind of divvied it out, if these were $10 each, this one was $55. The lot costed me $95. Daza is dead. Thank you so much for being able to get me a deal on this. Really, really happy. Not a big fan of BGS, to be honest with you, but this parable card I did not have in my collection. It's graded. Thought it was really cool, and I just had to jump on it immediately. I got to get a PSA 10. or whatever, a CGC 10, Gold 10, I gotta get it in all of the different colors for Indigo, because this is bullshit. I think when I did the CGC thing, I got like a bunch of them back, and they were like 9s. Some of them were good 10s, but they were like just the regular 10s, not the gold, so that kind of upset me. The next card that I have is from Celery Puds, I think his name is. We got the Stormage Zarak card, and this card is actually the last card I needed for the Keystone packs. I have every card from the Keystone set, and this is the last card I needed to finish that. So really, really happy. Paid $25 for this card. It was actually a pretty decent price. I was trying to spend like 20 at most, but you can't really beat 25. What am I gonna cry over $5? As I just ripped the card out of the fucking case. So just very, very thankful to be able to get this, and I kind of finished my set, so I'll be showing that off right after this. And then I also got 3 more. These are the Fasambre cards from the Halloween set. These were the last 3 foils. Kind of hard to tell, but these are all the square foils that I needed. They're kind of like hollow, and you can kind of see like a checkered design on it. I just needed these 3, and I finished the Fasambre set. Besides like the crazy SIGs versions and stuff like that are really hard to pull, I just wanted to get the regular one to finish all the regular cards with their 2 glitter foil variants. So that's all done. So really, really happy. Thank you so much, Overcast. I got these for $50 for the 3 cards, so not too terrible. Basically what, 15, that's 30, 45, and then maybe $5 shipping. So basically around like $15 for each, which isn't terrible. Kind of like a going rate, so not bad. Thank you so much for being able to get me that. And then one of the last cards I got was finally the Collecticon promo. This was one of the cards that I've been dying to fucking get. The come one, come all. There's like 3 different variants of this card, with, you know, this one being the first one, then 2 other ones, and this was the one I couldn't get because you can only get this if you went to Collecticon. So I've been fucking trying to find this damn card for a while, and I saw a lot of listings of people selling them for around 30, and every time I tried to grab them, it would sell out. Then the price went up to around 50, 60, and, you know, a little bit more, and I was like, yeah, that's not worth it to me. And then finally, by a stroke of luck, I was on eBay and I found this for $30, and I just immediately jumped on it and bought it. Even has the back part, which I guess this was a little like handout thing for the Kickstarter, so that is really cool. Just really glad to have it and add it to my collection. So after this, I'm going to show you like my whole binder with all these in there. Looks fan-fucking-tastic. The last thing I got is the bundle that Fabled Sagas was doing. Kind of interesting. They were doing like a little bundle gift set not too long ago. Unfortunately, as of the day I'm recording this, I couldn't find the price for this. I tried going their website and I couldn't get onto their website. It was like a bad gateway, some shit. So I imagine probably by the time I post this video, the website will be back up. But for some reason, I couldn't get on the website to tell you how much it was. I'm thinking it was maybe around like 40, 50 bucks. And basically what we got is the 2 demo decks. Kind of controversial. And then you have 2 Keystone packs, which is pretty cool. And then you got some extra little bonus cards, which I'm going to show. And these are actually kind of like, not spoilers, but like kind of showing off from like what we're going to expect in the Kickstarter, which is really cool. You can also see a logo right there with the K for Kickstarter. So that's kind of like the set symbol, I imagine. Really, really cool. Now, when I say controversial with these decks, I know these were given out to a lot of people that were like, I don't know, they played the game, or they were like play testers, things like that. And they're kind of special because they have like the demo written on it, right? It was kind of like the first little print run to see the cards and stuff like that. And it was kind of like special, very hard to get your hands on these. And it was going for a good amount of money in the secondary market. And then Fabled Sagas had a few more of these. And they're like, well, we can release them. And they put it to a vote. Now, I didn't have these, so I'm glad that like the majority of the people voted to have them released. But there were definitely some people that didn't want that to happen, and I can understand why. In a way, it's like weird. Just the gatekeeping is always like a bad thing, but I can understand why when you're promised something, which I don't think they were promised, but it's just one of those things, like, you know, when you're given something like this, and it's like, okay, you know, we're not giving it to the public. Not saying that Fabled Saga said that, but, you know, it kind of feels a little cheatsy that, you know, they would just, like, release it to everyone. I guess, if anything, it just sucks for the people that paid, like, a shit ton of money for these. So, I don't know what to say with that, but I will get into that in a later part when I actually talk about, you know, the Kickstarter and Sandy Shores, especially Sandy Shores, because that one had me a little weird. But these are the cards that we got. Really, really dope. Love this card. These are non-foils, so just kind of getting the basic side. We got the Hexter, gorgeous freaking art, and then Celestial. Like, this looks like something from Elden Ring. Like, you can't tell me this doesn't. This actually, the ring, it does actually give me an Elden Ring vibe. I don't know if that was your inspiration, if you're the artist that made this, but that is it's really cool. I love it. So just cool 3 little arts that we got, and that was it for the bundle. You basically just got the 2 decks. You got 3 cards, I imagine, or some extra stuff that they had, and then 2 Keystone packs, you know, to finish out $50. So not a bad deal at all. So now it's time to talk about the Kickstarter. It has been announced that the products have shipped, but they have been shipped separately. 2 shipments. So basically, how I understand Fabled Saga is going to do this is they're going to actually do 2 shipments as well. They're going to have 1 shipment to you and then another one, which I'm not a big fan of. I can understand why they're doing it. They want to get product in people's hands. You know, there's a lot of waiting and a lot of anticipation and worriedness, and a lot of people just want to get their hands on products so they know this is legit. You know, and I know Fabled Sagas has been going above and beyond to try to, like, prove themselves, but with the amount of money and stuff with Kickstarters and things, there's always going to be that second guessing, right? So there are 2 shipments that are going to be happening. We have one that is a air freight, and then one that's an overseas freight. Now, what does this mean? I have my notes, so I'm going to be looking at them. I'm just saying it outright. But basically, we got this announcement June 13th. So a couple days ago. I think by the time I post it's going to be a week ago. Now, a overseas freight takes a while. And they've stated that it's going to be a little bit. Now, at the latest, an overseas freight is probably a little over a month to arrive. I know when I've bought some packages off of Japan, it'd usually be like 3 to 5 months, depending on, you know, if I pay the cheap shipping. From my understanding, this takes about a 40-day ship at the latest, supposedly, for overseas freight from China. We got this announcement June 13th, so what's 40 days from June 13th? Well, that's July 24th. So that is when Fabled Sagas should at most get the product, right? Now, they get the product, what happens? Well, they gotta get everything set, they gotta place, you know, they gotta look at their orders, make sure everything is, you know, lined up, that every order's correct, you know, then they gotta ship them out, things like that. It's gonna take a bit, right? They're not gonna fucking overnight this shit, you know. The moment they get the fucking package, they're not gonna be like fucking going at it and get it done in a day or 2. It ain't gonna happen. You know, there's a lot of backers. It's probably gonna be maybe like a week to 2 weeks for them to really get everything out, and then you're waiting like a week to get it. So it's gonna be a bit. What I'm projecting is possibly we are going to see people getting their product in August. Now, I know what you may think. August, that's Q3, right? So January, February, March, Q1, April, May, June, that's Q2, July, August, September. So we're looking at mid Q3, and, you know, we were told Q1. You know, maybe late Q1. So the fact that we're over Q2, over Q1, and now we're in probably going to be getting it in mid Q3, it is what it is. It's just tough to say. Like, of course, you know, it was a guess. It was a hopeful thing, but, you know, this kind of stuff takes time, you know, with the amount of quality control that they've been doing, supposedly, and game enhancements, changing abilities, things like that, making sure that rarities and everything go well. They've been doing a lot of stuff, so, you know, it's a quality of life type deal. It's an update, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but it's taken a while, and it sucks. It does suck, you know, that we're waiting, what, 6 months? Then, you know, we're waiting basically half a year from what we were expecting to get it. And it is what it is. You know, I'm not gonna complain too much about it. It just, you know, all I hope is that I get what I get, and it's correct, and it looks amazing, and when I open it, it's amazing. You know, if Fabled Saga does that, I don't care if it's a fucking year late. Maybe I care if it's a year late, but I'm not one of those people. Like, I will wait, but it does get a little antsy, especially with, you know, how much money's involved, how much money people have at stake with this. So I understand that, you know, it can't be delayed longer and longer. Something has to happen. This shit has to reach people. And I think that's why they're kind of splitting it into 2 shipments. One delivery of some stuff and then another delivery of others. It kind of feels a little like shitty, like this isn't professional. It just doesn't feel like up to par for what you would expect from a TCG. So this is where we get into my thoughts. My opinions on some of the stuff. These are kind of the updates that I've been seeing that I just kind of jot down, right? So the first one being, they added more booster boxes to the Kickstarter. Now, this doesn't mean like they just added to the population, but what it means, I guess, is that they put out more of the booster boxes to be consumed, you know, for sale. So I guess originally they had held a few, or maybe some that they were projected to sell didn't sell, so they wanted to put more out, I guess. And basically anyone with a Kickstarter or whoever was a backer could basically buy a couple more booster boxes. Now, I guess it is what it is. You know, the population count's the same, so I don't really care too much about it. The one thing I'm unsure, because this got absorbed already, like I'm pretty sure they're not selling any more booster boxes. The thing I was unsure is whether or not, if you missed the Kickstarter, were you able to get your hands on a booster box? Now, I know after the Kickstarter, there definitely were a couple people, hell, maybe even a lot of people that, you know, missed the Kickstarter and wanted a booster box, and this could have been their one chance at getting it for MSRP. So I don't know what happened with that. I'm just going to assume they maybe were lucky enough to get it, but it could have been a case where, listen, it's only for backers. If you backed it, you get any more booster boxes, you can have them. I think that's kind of how it was. Not too sure. The second thing I saw was that booster boxes and pack art is going to be a little bit different than what was projected. It's not a big deal. It's the art on the cover. I mean, you rep a pack and you just throw the packs away, right? You're there for the cards. So it's not that big of a deal. At the end of the day, it's cardboard. But hey, so are the cards. The cards are cardboard. If anything, it's a little upsetting because now the booster boxes are going to be kind of bland, especially for base set. Like, this is, in my opinion, this comes again under the professionalism, and I don't know what happened exactly with the art. I'm assuming it's just the time and the money, maybe. Well, probably not the money, because they got a lot of money. So I'm assuming it was a time issue, maybe. But it is just kind of upsetting that, you know, it's just the booster box. The booster box art looks great. It's, you know, but all the packs are one design, not multiple designs like what they were trying to do. And that's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, again, it's just a pack that you're going to throw away once you're done ripping it. But it is kind of upsetting visually that, you know, hey, it's the same design in every freaking pack. It's not really something to be upset about or like fucking lose sleep over. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, things are coming to reality. Fucking everything's getting made. So some stuff is going to happen, right? Now, the next one, which kind of is a little controversial, is the team-up packs. Now, obviously, with these Kickstarters that we were basically given a bunch of different packs, clear packs, orbs packs, something else packs, and then one of the other things was team-up packs. Now, these team-up packs basically consisted of 5 cards. You can get one of the 5, And it was a team-up pack that basically had 2 characters in a card, and that was a really cool design. I loved it. Fabled Sagas put it up to a vote where they would basically get rid of the team-up packs and instead put these cards in a Keystone Series 2 set. And the reasoning was that because there's only 5 cards and there's so many print runs of these packs that there was going to be a huge print run of these cards, and these cards aren't going to be like really that rare. And in my eyes, I was like, all right, like, I get it. These cards aren't going to be rare. Like, a lot of people might be pulling duplicates because there's only 5 cards. So, you know, there's going to be, I think, like, it was almost like a print run of what, like 2,000 or some shit, like a lot. And by doing this, by putting them in the Keystone packs, which the Keystone packs have like maybe 20, 15 cards or so in there, you're basically adding more to that. So when you get these cards, or packs, I should say, the Keystone Volume 2 packs, then you can possibly pull, you know, no duplicates, right? That's the hope. Now, I'm a little upset about this because I love the design of the team-up cards. I thought it was a really cool concept. And to be honest, I kind of just want the team-up cards. I don't want the Keystone cards. So for someone like me, it's like, damn, I kind of feel upset about this. You know, but the good thing is it's the same type of pull rate. Like, it's a lower pull rate. So you should be able to still get the team-up cards pretty easily, supposedly. But I get it. It makes sense. It's kind of me being selfish in the fact that, like, I just want the team-up cards. But I will say some of the Keystone cards look really cool. So it's kind of better, I guess. Basically, if you got any team-up packs, they will now be switched to Keystone Volume 2 packs. And another kind of thing, which I don't think anyone really cares too much, is, you know, Keystone packs are given out for, like, prizes. I think they even do it at, like, shows and stuff. It's like tournaments and things like that. You got to get it through those things, right? So if you don't do anything like that, you're not going to get these packs, really. And these team-up cards that would have been exclusive to the Kickstarter, now stuff that anyone could get through tournaments and things like that. To me, I don't really care about that part, but I don't know, maybe someone cares about that. It's just the fact, like, I want the team-up cards. And it's going to suck if I don't pull any team-up cards, I just pull the Keystone cards. Then I'm going to be like... Now we talk about Sandy Shores. Now I'm going to talk about my good things that I liked that Fabled Saga did, and I'll talk about the bad things I fucking hated. Anyways, so the good things, right? It's getting pushed back. I think Fabled Sagas really needed to do that because there was no shot in hell they could release Sandy Shores before their first ever base set. It can't happen like that, you know, especially when this second set, the fact that, you know, people bought this product on a credit card, like this basically is like a good faith guarantee that we're just going to continue after the base set and move on. If they were to release Sandy Shores before base set, then it would kind of came off a little money hungry, I think, because then they can have all that money first from that and still not promise, you know, base set. But they didn't do that. They pushed Sandy Shores back further, like a month or two, I think, after base set is supposedly going to drop. So that I'm really glad they did. I really think that was necessary. It kind of sucks that, hey, you know, it's going to be a little bit to get Sandy Shores, because Sandy Shores looks like an amazing set, but it is what it is. You've got to do that, and it makes sense. I'm all for them pushing that back. Second thing, the art style is going crazy. They have added dual arts, which is basically 2 cards or so that you put together and makes a bigger picture, and I love those cards so much. When Pokemon did that, I fell in love. When fucking Lorcana did that with their basic cards, you know, that was like just their throwaway shit. I fell in love with that. And now Fabled Sagas is doing that. I love that so much. So I'm really, really hyped to see what these cards are going to look like. I think they even have like 3 side by side that are going to make a big picture. Just super, super excited for that. And the cards in this set look absolutely gorgeous. So this is really going to be a great set. But here's my issue, and I think the issue is kind of in print run. So I had made a video that was going about their first release, their pre-orders, right? And they did an original pre-order. And from my understanding and what was said, it was just going to be a pre-order and then release. There was not going to be a second pre-order. And what do? They do a second pre-order. And to me, that felt very unfaithful in a way, because I had bought a bunch of the first pre-order. I was like, oh God, this is the only time I'm going to be able to get this certain stuff with all the different, you know, boxes. I got to buy it, right? And then they do a second pre-order after the supposed due date. They said, after this date, we're not going to do any more sales. And they broke that promise. They just did a second pre-order run and let that thing go. And it was lasting a while, like months and months. To me, I was just like, what the hell, man? Like, I don't like that. I don't like when that happens. You know, if a company or something says they're going to stop selling this product, I expect them to stop selling that product. I don't like when they back out and, you know, just start selling it again, because then it just feels fake to me. It feels like they want more money, right? Now, I'm not trying to say Fabled Sagas did that. You know, maybe they're just trying to get it in the hands of more and more people. But to me, I didn't like that, especially since they were going to do the rest of the release on release, right? So to me, it just felt upsetting a bit, and it's more so of just going against what you said. That's what I don't like. I don't like when you say something and then go against it, and it just feels money hungry in a way. Not to mention, I mean, 3 releases basically, pre-order 1, pre-order 2, and then another regular release. It just feels like there's going to be a lot of Sandy Shores product, almost to the point where this set might be overprinted in a way. I don't want to, again, I don't know the print run, but I just feel like for them to have a pre-order for so long and do it twice makes me kind of feel like there's going to be a pretty big product run, and too big to the point where, like, you know, every box is not going to be worth too much. And like, again, I'm just kind of thinking also investability. I'm going to open a shit ton, but like I told you, I bought like a case. Like, I bought like a lot of it. So it's just kind of upsetting that it just, you know, after what they said was, you know, after this day, it's over. No, you can't get any more, and they still do. You know, I think someone said that, hey, it wasn't going to be the same, like, bonuses that were going to be in pre-order 1, but the website never said anything like that. It still said you get all the bonuses and things like that. So if that's the case, what are all the people in pre-order 2 going to do when they don't get those bonuses? Because the website never changed. So still listed all the same bonuses on the website. So are they going to be upset now that they're not getting the same stuff? You know, it's just like, I don't know what's going to happen there, but it's just what I've seen. And again, this was a while ago. So to me, I don't like that. So that kind of upset me. And it is what it is. Still a gorgeous set. Really just excited for it. And same with base set. So whew, that is the talk so far. Now, again, we're kind of in like a limbo. You know, some of the big names of people that are working on this project have kind of like slowly disappeared in a way. And, you know, I get it. Like, there's more than just a TCG going on. There's people's lives, and, you know, people are busy with different things, injuries, you know, kids, childbirth, fucking, you know, all that type of shit. So, you know, I'm not too worried about it. I think Fabled Sagas has done a lot to just prove that, you know, they're going to continue with this. You know, there will always be questions because of the fact that it's late, and it's, you know, when is it coming, things like that. But they've been doing good with the updates. Not as frequent. I mean, there's not too many things going on like tournaments and, you know, the games that they would play and with the packs and prizes. And so not too much public stuff has been going on as of late. But I still think they've been doing a lot to prove that this is still going forward, that they're still planning and continuing with the TCG. So I still have faith in it a lot. And I mean, I bought all that product, right? So, of course, I should have faith, you know, if I'm still buying the fucking cards, right? So, just very excited to see what's going to happen next. I'm not always right. These are just my thoughts in it. So, you know, I just want to be truthful, because a lot of times with new games and things like that, you know, I'll either have like a very positive outlook or a very negative outlook, and then I don't like to switch it up, you know, so I definitely want to, you know, try to be as truthful as possible. You know, there was no way I could finish this video without showing off the completed collection. Now, this is going to be kind of hard. I do have to change binders with this. Now, obviously, this is like base sets or sample base sets, so I didn't really complete this, but basically, this is all the Keystone right here. So that is volume 1. That is all officially complete. Didn't know what to do with these 2 spaces, so I just have these 2 there. And then, of course, over here, now I think that's all of the Come One, Come All cards. Not too sure. I know I'm missing some chibis and some other crap, but, you know, to me, that's like, okay, that's nice. But this is where... Oh, Lord. Okay. So this is all of it. We have basically all your regular ones up top, all the double, like, because I guess they did it where it's like one is just checkered and then one is the glitter with checkered. So glitter and checkered is all middle, and then just checkered is end. But that is all of it. So the whole set is done on like a basic way. Obviously, I'm missing like the preludes. I think I only have 1 prelude of it, and I'm missing a lot of the SIGs. So it is what it is, and then, you know, that is the finished of it, and then that is like, my light is going wild. That actually kind of made it better. And then obviously just some monthly cards I had. I keep a lot of my other cards in their cases, so I usually don't really display them in here. I don't want to take them out of their case, because I like their hard case, so kind of hard.
Who killing them in the UK? Everybody gonna say UK. Reluctantly, cause most of this press don't fuck with me. The style once said, tell me cool down, down. Don't act a fool now, now. Always act a